Today is February 5th, 2025. Again today. Again today. Now, the first month of the case, they showed up at Walmart 62. Will selling a login for $25 a pop. I can go in to different states and people mention the case. 2 years ago, I was working out in North Canton. Some teenagers were we talked about the case with our teacher. They said that, our teacher said, all those bad things happened to her because that agent didn't help her. There was a discussion in high school. Little kids, as young as like 5, have mentioned the case. In 19, I'm a notary. I went into a senior citizens nursing home to do a notary for one of them. And the guys in there, their wheelchairs were mentioning the case. Went on the internet and went viral. I've went into other states. They mentioned the case. Truck drivers, different religions. Even the Mennonites have mentioned the case. And dear God, even the Amish people that don't watch TV even know of the case. Okay? Even Daniel, one of his middle grade teachers, I was getting gas at a gas station in Perry. He got back in the car, and she was telling the person, everybody knows what's going on but her family. Even his teachers had it. Told you, teenagers, little kids, old people, truck drivers, regular workers, nurses, doctors. They all had it. It went viral. And instead of people being horrified that a drug cartel is human trafficking and torturing somebody in front of people, the people in Louisville, Canton area, Maslin area, they're lowlifes. They made fun of a rape victim that was being terrorized by the drug cartel, and it was a drug cartel doing it. Bragging they were the drug cartel. They were drug traders that were human trafficking people, and they were selling people, taking them down to Florida to sell them. People are disappearing, and they're still mocking me. They told who they were doing it, and they still mock me for being raped by drug dealers in front of them. Drugged and framed. I was at Myers today, on North Main, about 9/11 this morning. Now, the scam of the shower scene in the other room to make you look weird. It's already came out. They admitted to it, bragged it, laughed at everybody, laughed at the FBI, laughed at everybody again for the shower scene in the other room. Confessed repeatedly. They drugged me and told me to say it. Photoshopped all their lies. Photoshopped a shower scene in the other room. Drug scam from drug dealers. Already confessed out the wazoo. Years ago. Repeatedly mocking everybody for acting like damn fools for serial killers and child molesters that are selling women and children for sex slaves. Now, I'm at Myers gas station on North Main at 9/11 this morning. I'm pumping gas. Okay. 2 of the drug cartel guys, human traffickers. I seen a Texas plate around me, and where they bragged in 23, the cartel takes turns harassing me, paying for it. Was Texas apparently again today. Thought you learned to fucking stay out of this. Michelle's trying to take over this area. And yeah. But 2 guys got out of the car, screamed out, "The attorney for the boys is getting ready to file. We already heard she uploaded videos of her ex-husband admitting that they were only going to make it up, Mel's kids, about they were only going to make up stuff because of the divorce, and she was going to move out. And he admitted she hadn't even seen him 4 to 6 minutes out of the whole year, and not alone. It was over here. And they were only going to make it up because of the divorce. And then even John had said it. It was just because of the divorce and moving out. Right? You saw the login. In May of 19, I went to Mancan in Canton. The lady looked at me and said, "Hey Karen, if you didn't hear, John's kid's right on the third step up. Dave's girlfriend's not Shell, it's Michelle." So what did they hear in the basement? They made everything up. They were games of pretend. And they wanted the house for Auntie Shell and Papa and Grandma to get out. They heard John defend me upstairs that no one could say anything bad about me. That Melissa just had to make it up for the divorce. Because he told her I was going through a divorce and moving out. She'd even have her church people make up stuff too. But nobody could say anything bad about you, Mom. It'll just be made up. Don't worry about it. Then within a day or two, they have Dave of Karen, you're good to the kids, you're good to the grandkids. You never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Everybody has that. You got, like they said, these people are pulling fucking shit. So I want you to think about this. Oh, they're turning for the boys because she was weird with herself. They said that they have her confessing to it. I never confessed to that. You fucking liars. You fucking liars. And there's no attorney. Okay. The first month of the case, some little white man came up to me for every idle word you try to, you tell on us. I'll turn it on you. Threaten me if I told. You try to leave Dave, I'll list your child molester. I'm like, who are you? You know that bruise on your leg? I use sodium pentothal on you. You know what you told me? I never talked to him. He stabbed me in my sleep with a day rape drug. Told me to say something around a wrong nightgown and told you I got away from that freak. Okay? Went home to a legally bought house and Dave debunked it, and then more showed up, and more how they had framed me before. They photoshopped feminine wipies above the toilet to make me look weird, erased some guy named Chris out of the room, photoshopped all the lies. We're 18 and into 19. And it's the drug cartel. Okay? And then the drugs and told us it repeatedly admitting to framing me. And then March the 1st of 3rd of 21, they put clips together, put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Then they even told people, the nurse at Mercy Medical, March 13, 21, the only thing they had me on was simply wiping off water with clothes on and simply brushing it off. Just adjusting yourself. The guy's like, that's six. He said, no, it's funny, they didn't have anything else. If you said I wiped off water with clothes on, everybody does. Say I brush something off with clothes on, everybody does. It's not wrong with clothes on. It's a simple reaction. They didn't have anything else. Then they started saying, you touch yourself, you expose yourself, you touch yourself, look weird. This is later on. And I thought, that's not wiping off water with clothes on. That's Nikki being weird. That's disgusting. Made my stomach bleed. Pooped out blood for days. Then I thought, they're playing me. They put my head on somebody else's body as clips together. Then it's like, well, what would you be doing? If you touch yourself, expose yourself, you're undressing. You touch yourself, look weird, but not weird. What are you doing? You'd be putting yeast infection cream on? Or did you get in the shower? And you're washing yourself. Sounds like showering. I walked outside, smoked. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon, they found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. May 26th, 22 at noon, the shower scene was not on purpose. February to March of 22 in Navarre, next to one of my clients, next door neighbor, they told Pete ordered everything to be drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. They told the Edith Oakland apartment December 9th, 21, 4 p.m. that all the tapes were with them and not me, and it was just a bunch of men doing crimes down here. Same day, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street was one of my guard. We always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. March 24th, 22, 1:30, they admitted to framing me. To May 25th, 21, 6 p.m. Wendy's in Louisville. The church people breaking in before drugging me, taught me to say weirdo stuff. 8921 apartment building, following second close offense. A lady and little girls live there. They were talking about it. And that 4 or 5 neighbors got together, did a police report. Then November 1st to 3rd of 21, in Save-A-Lot, African-American lady found out they made everything up on me. And she's telling people to stay out of it. January 1922 and February 2nd, 22. I've drugged and told to say it before. Admitting framing March 24th, 22. They made fun of, Eric made fun of everybody November 18th, 22. All the tapes before were me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it. My idea to do it. My idea to say it. For all these people turn on and they fell for it. Went to Danny and John on Christmas Eve of 22. I said, do you know anything about that jackass Eric they're talking about? And they said, no, if he confessed, he's probably long gone. And I said, did you know where they kicked in my door on the 6th day? Yes, well, we're gone. Did you know about button cameras? No. Did you know about a shower scene in the other room to make me look weird? No. I said, do you remember the orange lemon grapefruit-sized bruises all over me? Yes. Almost passing out, even in front of the neighbor by the second weekend it kept happening. Yes. Did you know they were drug and beating me and telling me to say weirdo stuff? They're like, no, I thought you were working too hard and bruising too easy. We didn't know. Kids came out of the room. Hugged me, Grandma. We didn't know. Okay? And I was slowly trying to say, well, if they have a shower scene in the other room, some perverts got your kids going potty. Yeah. Okay? In 23, Jen's mom had died in 22. They had a memorial service. I went there. And off in the distance, Dan still doesn't know I know. I went to get in my car. He's talking to Gabe and everybody. He's like, I finally went to Dad. Ask him what on earth is going on. See, they didn't know. He said he hired Pete on his own. It was Pete and his men in her home before. Pete has her framed. Then he says a bunch of crazy crap. I've never met him. Okay? It's a drugs and told to say it. Okay? And he said, Pete's got her framed. Da 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 da. When she called the FBI hotline for help, some agent showed up at that church, and he talked to him when she walked off. Yeah. See, in September, I was up at Bueller's North Main. Some lady came up and said, well, I heard they're supposed to have her saying this, and another lady's shushing her. They drugged her and told her to say it before. Nobody's allowed to say a word. It's like you're beating a dead horse. You're beating a dead horse. August of 23. Officer Mark was in Kohl's parking lot in Belgium. He told the lady, none of this is funny. Said, did her ex-husband defend her? He said, yes, we taped him. So did I. He said, did anybody ever speak to her? No. Then they had to have framed her. Oh, it's documented and verified she was framed before. Was it the drug cartel? Yes. We've seen them. It was a drug cartel in her home before. And it's documented and verified. It was a medication error that made her sick before, and even another woman was using her insurance. She's like, none of this is funny. He said, I know it's not. He's the main officer over my case. That's where the North Canton Jackson police officer, April 28, 24, Karen, was listening to this today. We all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. It was a drug cartel in your home before. We all know that guy told on you before and he took off after a guy saying he heard the recorded line. Okay? It's a drug cartel where they try to lie. We had special permission from the courts. There's no such thing. No such thing. It's the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. The right of the people to be safe and secure within your own person. Your places, your homes, your papers, and effects against all unreasonable searches or seizures shall not be violated. Your home can't be violated. No searches and no seizures, but upon proper cause warranted, you have to have a court order of the people, places, and things to be searched or seized. Okay? To actually monitor you in your home, police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements and a court order. That's where even Officer Reinhardt in Louisville, even the FBI would go to jail for being in your home before. That agent had agreed to protect you and have statements of threat of life from everyone in that home. He also had to have a court order, or they would go to jail. No one could be in your home. Like the Stark County Prosecutor's Office, it's a fraud scheme where they laugh in your face in front of people. They photoshopped a shower scene in the other room to make you look weird of washing. They probably did. It's clicking and pasting. And where you have bruises and throwing up, and all the signs of being drug, beaten, raped, and you didn't see or talk to anybody. They probably did drug you up until you say something stupid. It's a fraud scheme. Drug confessions and photoshopping and washing. It's a big fraud scheme. Okay? They did the biggest mistake. They did it in your home. Went to the Portage County Sheriff's. What these people did is illegal. They had, and it was none of our officers in your home, nor did we have knowledge of it. We weren't in your home or anybody else's home outside of protected like us. I said, with statements. He said, yes. I said, it's the Fourth Amendment. Yes. Ravenna Police Tube. So where'd you get your special permission from the judges? Then they were even laughing. It was special permission from Dave to hurt me. He's not my pimp. You get it? Dave gave him special permission to hurt me. The bastard that hired the drug dealers. For he hired Pete on his own, a drug dealer. The investigators called Pete an old drug dealer from Ravenna. Like they said, if those people actually would have ever tried anything with her, she would own them. Cyber stalking. Setting up mountain cameras, watching somebody, trying to get personal information or naked pictures, trying to extort money or get them in trouble. Cyber stalking, it's a federal crime. It's a federal crime. It's a felony invasion of privacy. Like they said, that idiot can't hire a stalker. Voyeurism, taking pictures of somebody naked without their permission. These people have kiddie porn. They have braked to in my face that they sold us all on porn sites. And I've had weirdos come up and admit to seeing me being raped, showering, going to the toilet, and that they laugh that they put kiddie porn of my grandkids going potty on kiddie porn sites. These people are vile, evil criminals. Vile, evil criminals. They made fun of FBI Agent John. I thought in 23, when they made fun of him, that there would be SWAT teams. June 7th, 23. FBI Agent John fell for the stunt I taped before. Oh, come on now. It was only a stunt. You're kidding me. John actually fell for it. FBI Agent John actually fell for the stunt I taped before. Is that what's going on? Ha, 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 ha. Publicly made a fool of him. I was in Marshall's on the strip. Some little kid said, I seen a movie. I seen a tape of them making fun of Will. Oh, they made a public fool and put it on the internet. How big of a fool he is. Some lady yesterday was out in Lions in Giant Eagle. She said, I listened to one of those tapes of, she said that even one of her clients said something to her about these people talking about, investigators talking about finding the FBI case and the protected case. I went to the courthouse. I found it. I know. There's a real FBI case. The U.S. Marshals have been using it. My neighbor that went to Faith Family Church went down and talked to him and met one of the guys they saved because of my case. How fucking stupid are these people? See, and that's where she's like, I went to the FBI and now they're saying no one's to care what happens to her. Then arrest the agents that are breaking the law. Tell the Department of Justice they're aiding and abetting crimes and feeding people to the drug cartel. 14th Amendment, you cannot withhold protection from any U.S. citizen. It is a constitutional law. They can't say we don't care what happens to her. Well, see, that's where she said told him that, and when they found out it was a medication error that made her sick before, they said, none of this is funny. They knew that in 18, honey. Altman Family Physicians told them the first month that it was a medication error and medical malpractice that made me sick before. They told him in 18. They told him in 18, don't let him act stupid. They told him in 18. They told him the first 6 weeks of the case. They had Mel telling the kids to lie. The kids stating they were wanted the house for Auntie Shell and Papa, and they made everything up on Thanksgiving of 18. Then and John defended me on Thanksgiving of 18, and then Dave defended me on the day or two afterwards, and then the police having a huddle in the front of Walmart right after that they had interviewed my whole family, and they spoke highly of me. And other ones were only making it up to scare me out of the house. That's it. They wrote it up that they were showing off for the new girlfriend. That's where all this is, they call it fucking shit. These people are pulling nothing but fucking shit. See, that's where there is no attorney for the boys. Like they said, March 13th, 23, it should be about that day. I'm in Walmart 62, get my hair done. Investigators come in. We told these people to stay out of it. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. No one's ever seen anything. And it's just some lady thought she could make some money off of it. It's called, like they said, if these people actually tried anything with her, she would own them. You think you can exploit people. See, the real law is if attorney tapes you unaware in your home, they lose their license, they go to jail, and they have to compensate you. Same with police and agents with outside a protective custody case with statements. It's illegal to be in somebody's home. It's a right to privacy. You have a right to remain quiet and a right to attorney. So why can't they drug you? They're fake sodium pentothal reports. Dear God, have you seen Lauren and Michelle that used to drive around in a blue car and then in the big trucks? With the big truck guys, the Florida human traffickers? Memorial Day weekend 21, I was sitting on Fairlawn Street at a client's house, sitting on the front porch. The goons from Ravenna were down at the end of the street, and I'm looking at them. She drives by, she's screaming at him till it's echoing up the street. Are you crazy? You can't enter a drug confession? And they're like, well, we just found out they drugged her and told her to say it before. And she even confessed it. That was 21, honey. And Lighthouse Tabernacle made fun with the cartel of FBI agent John Haldefold on June 7th, 23. So, now, do I think it's funny where that lady out in Giant Eagle said, that agent said when he couldn't get a hold of her, he just decided to go ask everybody else what was going on. Now, you think about how big of a moron he sounds. I'm sorry, but you sound like a moron. A woman calls the FBI hotline for help. People are threatening her life. She's got 3 witnesses. That they're saying it's them trying to kill her. 2 Perry police reports, and then describes 2 other attempts. And you go to call them back from the hotline and they don't answer. What the hell do? You go looking for them. Oh, no, let's just go talk to the criminals that are doing it. Let's go have fun. Oh, they badmouthed her. And since they badmouthed her, he decided he didn't care what happened to her. I hadn't talked to those people in years. They made it all up. Because they think you're a doofus. Huh? Like they said, that agent needs to get his facts straight. September 18, 24. That agent needs to get his facts straight before he puts his name on anything. It was a medication error that made her sick before. Why'd they wait 15 years to kill her? Well, Strange ordered this in 03. When he thought she was following Tim and Katie. He ordered. Where Linda came up to me, I was following him again. I got caught. I think they thought it was you. And that's within a few days, he made up the faking you were sick thing and got rid of me real quick. He didn't make it up till November 2003. Strange pushed Danny to suicide by that Sunday because Linda was following her fucking husband. Her fucking cheating husband. They thought it was me. Took my kid and pushed him to suicide. Ended up in the crisis center, child and adolescent center. Was put on medication for 2 years. My kid tried to kill himself twice because she was following her fucking husband. Now, do I think it's funny? No. I was following my God, I got caught. I think they thought it was you. I'm sorry. Be careful. I'm like, great, thanks. I thought I'm going to get screamed at. No. Took my kid and pushed him to suicide and made up a shitty lie on me of, oh, you're faking through the last 4 or 5 years. Bullshit. It was medication errors and medical malpractice. Dave even told him.
You dropped.
And that they had ordered this in 03. They were to try to have her killed. And if that didn't work, they were to have her destroyed. Nobody was to do or say a thing till Dave said he wanted a divorce. And it took Dave 15 years to say he wanted a divorce. And it was because Strange thought she was following him and Katie. And they ordered it. He ordered it this back in 03, and nobody was to say or do a word, or say a word, or do a thing until Dave said he wanted a divorce. It took him 15 years to say it. They planned it for 15 years before they did it. I didn't even go to their churches with them. Had nothing to do with them, and I moved 35 miles away. And they had to hunt me down. See, that's where they made all those shitty lies up on me in 2011. Hadn't had anything to do with them in 8 years. They were all lying on me then. People I'd never seen or talked to. They think they could just run around and ruin people's reputations and it makes it okay for people to harm them. And the person hadn't seen or talked to them. You guys are fools for an occult. Fools. Get your facts straight. You want an occult to do this to you? Most people would have picked it at that church till they shut it down. But see, that wouldn't make common sense. Nor am I encouraging people to pick up. But you think they'd be online trying to get the feds to come in and raid it, like Waco, because they're killing people. And like that guy said yesterday at FedEx, we all know that church is trying to help that girl be the drug lord over this area. She's trying to take over. She already got her dad arrested, like they said, January 27th, 2025 in Speedway. Blonde girl with a toboggan on the phone said, we all know Michelle had us all come up here, say who we're working for, what we were doing here. So they go down and arrest her dad because we're drug traders and human traffickers from Florida. We work for Judge Peters. We're drug traders, human traffickers from Florida. We're relocating people down to a resort area. She told everybody she was Judge Peters' daughter. Told All Faith Family Church. She thinks she's so crazy. She told people that she was above the law and she could do whatever crime she wanted and no one could stop her. Judge Peters, if you look up at his arrest thing, it was Disney was a resort area. And he's from Florida, and 100 people went to jail in 22. And we all work for the king from Texas. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. You look him up. He's a U.S. military Iraqi translator. Went into the dark web malware fentanyl king. And the thing on Judge Peters, they had a pipeline between Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. They were selling people. They were up here scouring for victims to sell. She's a serial killer. She's a Jeffrey Dahmer. It's documented. It was a drug cartel in my home before. So, It's a fraud scheme. It's a drug scam from the drug dealers that are human trafficking people. Michelle and her gang wants people to think they can be hired to violate people in their home. They can Photoshop like shower scenes, sell people on porn sites. They can break in laced drinks or stab people with needles, lie they have sodium pentothal reports. They can human traffic people out of their homes, drug them up and tell them to say stuff. The poor victim comes out of it with no memory and bruised, infected, and throwing up and almost passing out, going to the doctor, what on earth is wrong with me? And no memory of anything, and not even the attack. It's not funny playing with people on that level. It's highly illegal. I'm going to upload this. Everybody go online. It's not funny those idiots showed up and yelled stuff at me across the gas station. Today at Myers. You want 2 more of the human traffickers? They were at Myers gas station on North Main at 9/11 while I'm pumping gas. They're screaming stuff across the parking lot. 2 more human traffickers, you want them?